So, I don't know if any of y'all happen to be in the Fish Tower Defense Discord, but if you are, perchance, you probably already know. You probably don't know, actually, because I don't think anybody really cares. But anyway, I'm only saying this so I have an intro to the video. But anyway, for those of you that are in the Discord, you probably know that your boy, yes, your boy right here, Mixliptical, has gotten the first ever content creator role in the Fish Tower Defense Discord. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I've officially claimed my spot as the first Fish Tower Defense content creator, and oh boy, am I excited. I mean, I got a ton of crap planned, really cool stuff, and, I just cannot wait to be an active member in the Fish Tower Defense community, which, I want to be active, but is the Fish Tower Defense community active? No, not really. We got like maybe a good 10 people in there that are actually active all the time. But 10 people is 10 people, okay? So, pretty good. And, on updates, we do get a couple of new people, so that's pretty cool. But, anyway, aside from that, the reason why I even mentioned this, anyway, is because as, a new content creator, I wanted to make my first, official video on Fish Tower Defense as a new content creator, basically just going over the whole game, making a starter guide. For those of you that actually, watch my videos, you probably do know that a couple weeks back, I made a video on the House Tower Defense, which is a starter guide, and, that starter guide was like an hour and 20 minutes long. Yeah, I know, but, I don't think anybody really cares. Honestly, if any of you saw the whole video, let me know, because that's just absolutely insane. I don't understand how a human being could possibly go through all that suffering. Really, good content. But, because I made that video, it inspired me to make one on Fish Tower Defense, right? Again, like I said, as a new content creator. And, I'm basically just going to be going over all of the stuff in this game. So for any of you goofballs that maybe watch my videos but don't play the game, can actually, play and experience the absolute peak that this game is. Now, I actually just hit up one of my friends earlier today about this. For those of you that have actually been wanting to play this game but haven't been able to because you're a console player, well, guess what? The legendary Octomod of the Discords that has been managing this game for the past couple of months has officially leaked console support. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, next update we should be getting console support, so that should be absolutely just amazing, right? I'm sure the game's player count's gonna, it's not gonna like skyrocket, but like, we might be able to reach the 1K player peak that has not been reached in a very long time. Wow, it's been, this game used to get like up to what, like, I think during like the Pirate Cove event, it was at like, I think like 4,000 or 5,000 players, which is, I think it just goes to show how much potential this game has, right? But since that Pirate Cove update, this game has gotten way more complex. So, I guess to start the starter guide, we have to start at the main island, which, yes, I said the main island because in this game there are many islands to explore, which we will be going over in this video. But to start, this is the main island. Main island of Fish Tower Defense. You spawn here, and I guess once you enter in, I don't know what you start with, right? We're going back to square one here. I guess I'll take my manatee along with me. That looks so goofy. Anyway, so yeah, once you start in the game, you have these main fishing docks. Yeah, we're not gonna get into the maps. We're just gonna get straight to the gambling. Fishing, right? So, with the fishing docks, yeah, I had to see the name again because I've literally not looked at this in like so long. We have the common fishing spot, the rare fishing spot, and the sea serpent fishing spot, which, it exists. Should you buy it? No. Back then, 5,000 cash, you had nothing better to spend it on, so it was good to do this, but, you're basically spending 5,000 cash, which you can instead spend on the Mythical Seas event, on just some really mid stuff. Even the 1 in 200 chance Abyssal Serpent is just really mid compared to what you can get nowadays. And then you also have this AFK fishing spot for the rainbow fish, which honestly, considering that it is a 0.2% chance, which is like a 1 in 500, you know, it's not a horrible idea to do the AFK fishing. I mean, it is AFK, so you don't really lose anything doing it. So, you know, if you wanted to attempt to get rainbow fish, it's pretty doable. I'd say just maybe, like, do it over, like, the course of a couple of days, and you should get it. Really decent AoE, nothing even close to meta, though. So, yeah, basically, once you start with, like, 100 cash, I believe, and you have all these units, which, compared to the ones that are on all of the other islands, these are absolute just garbage. I mean, like, I don't know how to say this any nicer, but yeah, these are just hot garbage. Everything in this common fishing spot, don't even touch. I'm not gonna lie, unless you're like a really new player and you need something, right? Once you get to the point where you can, you know, beat maps on a decent difficulty from this like beginner cage, then you should probably start venturing out to other islands, because that's how you're really going to be able to progress nicely. And as for the rare fishing spot, yeah, I thought maybe because these were new that they'd actually be good, but they're not. The only thing in this entire area that is actually worth getting, other than rainbow fish maybe, is the humpback whale. This is because he's not only a pretty decent AoE, I'd say, but also because he's actually needed to, I guess, how am I gonna say this? I think they're like are they like mutations? It's like crafting. I don't really know how to explain it. Which is in the aquarium area, but we will get to that later. Oh yeah, so yeah, it's needed for one of the best fish fusions in the entire game. So if you are a newer player, and you maybe want to try your luck at the 500 rare fishing spot, go ahead, because you will need humpback whale for a really overpowered fish fusion. But yeah, aside from that, those are the basic fishing docks, and of course, if you go over here to the main playing area, before you even sail the seas at all, you have your main maps here. Why there's a random endless mode in here, I have zero clue. But yeah, Feeding Frenzy, Crab Cove, Jetty, and Deep Ice. Overall, as a very experienced player, the only one actually worth playing is Deep Ice Endless, because that gives you the most coins. But if you did want to do the Endless... Are you serious? You've got to be kidding. Are you okay. You know what? Okay, yeah, so, as I was saying, we just won't have the visuals. Actually, I think this is actually good that this happened, so that I can actually showcase, I guess, Manatee and show how this game works. I mean, if you don't know how a tower defense game works, I mean, I don't really feel like wasting time explaining how a tower defense game works, but, like, I mean, you place down your stuff, you upgrade it, and that's it. Man, this game must be really boring for newer players. Imagine doing this without 2x speed. I mean, like, without 3x speed. I mean, yeah, 2x speed is faster, but wow. Yeah, before we actually move on, little disclaimer. If you have any amount of Robux, okay, any amount, do not even touch anything that costs Robux before you buy 3x speed. The actual, like, difference in gameplay when you get, like, from, like, 1x speed to 3x speed is just so significant. You're basically going to be missing out on just the game itself if you don't buy it. And if you can afford it, I mean, 2x still works fine. I'm pretty sure, I mean, you might have to join the group for 2x speed, but if you don't, then, I mean, either way, it's still free. You know, just make sure you're playing on the maximum speed possible, because without it, this game can be disgustingly slow. And, you know, I feel like the thing that kind of makes this game what it is the speed of it, right? I remember before we had 2x, 3x speed, yeah, this game was just really boring. But, you know, that's the game, right? You have your targeting here. This is like the UI and everything. And you do have your health, which, I believe, yeah, I'm pretty sure the health goes by, like, enemy type rather than how much health the enemy has. So, if you actually look over here, we have a little blue fish with 27 health. Yet, if he reaches the end, right here, Yeah. So yeah, we only end up losing 10 health because it's like a basic fish or whatever. And we're not going by how much health they have, which in my opinion is way better because it actually gives you a chance to make a comeback if you were to leak some health. But yeah, aside from the gameplay stuff there, as I was saying before, out of all of them, considering you're maybe getting better as a player, the only one really worth playing is the Deep Ice Endless for coins, and also for the fact that not Narwhal. Yeah, surprisingly, Narwhal actually is a unit, but I'm talking about Narwhal. This game's crazy. So yeah, actually, let me leave that so I don't get teleported. So basically, as you saw before, right, Narwhal Endless does not only give you a ton of coins, but also Narwhal itself is a very good AoE that you should attempt to get. Maybe if you have some like friends that play this game that are really good, or at least have some decent stuff, allow them to carry you in that because, I mean, Narwhal's just... Okay, it's not Narwhal, it's Narwhal. Narwhal, okay, yeah. It's just a really good unit overall, and definitely worth your time. Jetty is also a very good starter if you get to wave 100 on his Endless. I will... Okay, I'm trying to think if there are any other... So yeah, I think, yeah, especially if you're like a newer player, getting to wave 100 on the Jetty Endless is also really good because Jetty is a very good unit, which I didn't even mention this yet. But yeah, every single map has its own Endless mode if you actually travel to their islands, which we will get to later. So if you're confused, just hear me out first. If you get to wave 100 on their Endlesses, you do actually get them as a unit, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we will get into that later. So those are the basic maps for now. And I'm pretty sure before we set sail, there's not really anything else to go over for now. Oh yeah, forgot about that. Axolotl, I mean... Wait, there's leaderboards? I did not know that. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. I have 223 hours on this game. You know, I think what concerns me even more is the fact that the person in first place has almost 3,000 hours in this game. You know what? We're not gonna really look at that. That's actually really scary. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna walk away. So, yeah, as I was saying before, looking at that, Axolotl, I mean, as a fresh new player, I guess you can do it. I mean, it's free, so, you know, you can't really complain, but you're probably never really gonna use this, like, at all, after, like, the first, maybe 30 minutes of playtime. But yeah, this is the Traveling Merchant. Overall, it's a pretty cool concept. Well, I mean, it's pretty basic since most tower defense games nowadays have something like this, like a merchant. You suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck. I think you suck too, yeah. Actually, not that bad, but, I mean, yeah, these guys aren't horrible, but they're pretty bad. Now, the one thing in here that I personally feel like is actually worth your time and is very good to get is El Gran Maja. 10,000 damage, 5 speed. You can only place one, and but it is splash type. So, I mean, great boss killer overall, and a lot of newer players like to get this. It is also part of a fish fusion, which we will get to later, similar to the humpback whale fish fusion. I'm just gonna spoil it right now. Like I was saying earlier with the narwhal, yeah, humpback whale and narwhal confused to make a narwhal. But we'll get to that later, okay? I'm probably going to say that like 100 times this video. So yeah, you know, it does cost 15,000 cash, which honestly I feel like would be much more, I guess, efficient if you were to spend it in the Mythical Seas event island or other things, but we haven't actually gotten to that yet, so, you know, you don't really know what else there is to buy, but yeah, I'd pretty much just refrain from using this at all until you've unlocked fish fusions and maybe want to get the El Gran Maja fusion. But yeah, aside from that, the last thing on the regular island that we can go to right now is the cage fishing. Now, this is an incredibly useful feature. Even as someone like you know, I've been playing this game forever, right? I still find this to be extremely helpful. Also, another warning here. From your, hold on, so from your cage fishing, or just summoning, or anything, any lobsters that you get, please keep them. Do not sell any of these. I know they are very bad overall, and they're just a rarity, but, you're definitely not gonna regret saving them. But anyway, basically, this is basically just like a, I mean, I don't really know how to explain this. It's like an AFK farm, but you can, like, leave, and it's like, or yeah, it's like Grow a Garden. It catches offline, and it maxes out at 50. There are some game passes to make the fishing experience better, but I mean, they're just really expensive, and it doesn't really do that much. You'd be much better off just buying the Cetus guy right here for 800 Robux rather than spending 800 Robux for 2x cage fishing speed. Also, remember, before you do any of that, buy 3x speed, please. So yeah, that's cage fishing. It's basically just cage fishing right offline, and you get a ton of free units. It's pretty overpowered for newer players, honestly. And even if you do already have the stuff that you, since when was this guy so small? I'm getting really sidetracked. Anyway, yeah, good job keeping your lobsters, by the way. Luke67. Okay. So yeah, even if you do have a lot of the stuff that you get from the cage fishing, right, it is only from the common and rare fishing spots. You can still sell them for a pretty big wad of cash. So definitely don't forget about that if you are a newer player. But I think that is going to be it for the starter island. There isn't really much else to go over for now because I want to save it for later. Yeah, okay, so I'll save the treasure maps and the aquarium for later. Plenty of fish barrel shop. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll go over this. We're gonna skip these barrels for now because they are aquarium tickets, which we will get to later. But the basic abyssal and golden barrels, they're basically just crates. If you've played any other tower defense game and there's like an exclusive, like for example, what's a good example, right? Like Five Nights Tower Defense 2 or 1, you have your exclusive present. This is basically that, except they're not exclusive, they're always in the game. You spend a pretty large sum of cash, but you do get a barrel in return in which you can get some pretty cool units overall. Pretty sure every single one of these are useless, of course, aside from all the 1%, other than the Aqua Jacalfish from the Golden Barrel, which, in my opinion, is better than the Electric Eel or whatever you get from the Jetty Endless, like I was talking about earlier. But, I mean, it's just not worth the amount of cash it costs, right? You'd be much better off spending it somewhere else, like the Mythical Seas event. And, unless you're like a more advanced player or you really like the 1% from these barrels, yeah, it's just not really worth looking at. But again, later I will be going into these deep blue and ocean floor barrels because they are very good. But yeah, that's plenty of fish. And I think that's going to be it for this island, right? And, I was going to say this for later, but these are both of the current Robux units right now. You have Cetus being Robux only, and Bakunawa being a Robux and cash unit. Which, I mean, especially considering the fact that this is only cash, this is a very good thing to buy. As you can see, it does, like 2,800 DPS, with Stun Splash, and, well, I don't know why projectiles there. That's basically just single attack. Or, I don't even know. So yeah, it is a stun and splash unit. Very, very good. So if you do save up a good amount of cash, this is definitely something good to invest in. And, of course, once you buy 3x speed, Cetus, great unit overall. Very high value, but we will get into that value stuff later. But for now, we can officially set sail to islands. There we go. Let's do it. Set sail. Alright, so getting into the shipwright place and shop here. I personally don't play Blocks Fruits, but I have played it like once or twice, and it is pretty similar, I think, right? You have your dock or whatever, and you like spawn your boats or ships. As a newer player, I believe you only have the wooden boat and the dinghy for cash. The ghost ship, the Black Pearl, and Coffin Cruiser are all Halloween limiteds, which you still can technically get in the game through the treasure maps, but we're going to get to that later. You have the Friendship, which I get it because it's like friendship, but it's like a ship. Okay. Yeah, two-seater boat built for you and a friend. I'm pretty sure you get this by inviting somebody to the game. And these boats right here, I believe, yeah, it actually tells you. So if you beat the, I guess like the island signature map on a certain difficulty, you can unlock these boats here. So you have the jetty boats, right? So if you beat the jetty map on hard, you get this. Atlantis submarine, I believe you get this from beating like an Atlantis map on Insane or something. You have the Thin Crest Mount, which is earning from beating Volcano on hard difficulty, which is from the Jurassic Tides island. And this is from beating Deep Ice on Insane difficulty, right? Pretty sure none of these boats have any benefits like compared to each other. The wooden boat pretty sure goes as fast as the Thin Crest Mount, like the Coffin Cruiser, right? There's no actual benefit to collecting boats or getting, more expensive ones because they all do the exact same thing. They just look different, so, if you maybe like the look of something, you could just aim to get that. I'm going to spawn in the Black Pearl, though, because it's a pretty cool boat here. So, now we can set sail. So, I'm actually going to ignore the market arc for now. If you are curious right now, this is basically just like a marketplace, right? This game doesn't have trading, but it does have, like, a marketplace, right, where you can like trade and sell stuff or exchange. So yeah, and there also are trading signs over here, so I don't even know if I'll go over this in this video because, I mean, if you do go over here, I guess we could take a look real quick. Learn about trading, right? You have your market stall thing. Let me claim this right here. Alright, look, store owner's text field. I could put looking for blobfish, right? And then I could say, right click off of that, and then I could say, oh yeah, I'm gonna trade my my megalodon for a blobfish. Never doing that, but yeah. And then if you don't like their offer, reject it, and if you like it, confirm. Pretty simple overall. And once you do get more experienced or get some pretty rare stuff, you can utilize that. But for now, just gameplay wise, I'm just gonna skip that. I mean, personally, it is my favorite place in the entire game because I love trading and gambling. But, first stop here, we have the Crab Cove Island. Now, something that I don't know if I mentioned earlier is that every single beginner cage map has its own island. So, right, like, although there is an entire island for Crab Cove, it's literally the exact same thing as the cave on, like, the cage on the main island. Right, so you enter here, and this is actually how you play the Endlesses. So, if you just want to have like a quick game type of thing, like on the main island, you could just play that. But if you want to actually play the Endless mode, you would have to travel to the island and do that. So that's the Crab Cove Islands. Nothing really special at all about it. But I do kind of like how they do have their own islands. Moving on over here. Also, my boy Modeler Panda joined. Over here, we have the first ever, I guess, like, I mean, okay, I'm going to call these event islands because they were old events that were re-implemented into the game as islands. So we have the first event island here, which is the Abyssal Trench, the easiest island out of them all. I don't think there are any NPCs to talk to here, but basically, this is a mini island in which you can play the Abyssal Trench maps. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is multiple maps, right? No, okay, I think it's only Abyssal Trench. Okay, so you can basically play this Abyssal Trench map in order to get these pearls, or dark pearls. Right, you beat the Leviathan boss, which is like one of my favorite units in the entire game. Or you can also exchange cash for these dark pearls. I guess I'll just get 500. And this is the Abyssal fishing spot. Now, considering that this is the easiest island, there is nothing in here worth getting as like a more advanced player. But if you are someone that kind of just started the game, this is an amazing island to start with. It's really easy to beat, and I mean, not everything in here is too horrible. If you look at, let me just look these up real quick. Abyssal Crab, right, does some pretty decent damage, nothing too crazy. It is the easiest to get, though. The Abyssal Eel as well, that's pretty bad, but I mean, yeah, it's a pretty nice beam. Bloop Jr., by the way, not Bloop, Bloop Jr. Is actually a really nice AoE for newer players. It's not as good as something like Humpback Whale, and you'll probably really never use it in the long run, but still pretty cool. And then, of course, the rarest one, the Leviathan, which is only at 2.5%, surprisingly. Looks pretty trash with its stats, but you can actually place 8 of them, and it does only cost 650 to place down. So, what is this guy? Yo! Aren't you supposed to be on the freaking field trip, bro? What are you doing? Yo. Wait, there's no way. There's no way he actually just joined. Yeah, if y'all don't know the context of this, this is my friend from school. Bro, you're supposed... Yo, what is this dude doing in my Fish Tower Defense server? Yo, bro, you're supposed to be on the freaking trip. What are you doing? Yo, bro, yo, what do you... Yo. Yo, bro, yo, come... Bro, what are you doing? Yo, it's like in the middle of the day and this guy's... Okay, anyway, as I was saying. Leviathan... Lord have mercy. Okay, Yo, go to the freaking museum. I don't know what you're doing in my server, bro. What am I doing? This guy's nothing better to do. Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, Leviathan, rarest one. It's not horrible, but I mean, in my opinion, Bloop Jr. is probably the best unit in this entire fishing spot. And I guess I'll do a quick round for y'all. See what I get. Oh, okay, so we got a Bloop Jr. Yeah, so definitely not horrible. Right, as newer players, I personally feel like this, the vibe of this island is really cool, and it's just pretty nice overall. So that's the Abyssal Trench Island. Not too much to it. There's definitely a lot more with the other event islands, which we are coming up on pretty soon. Cough, cough, Pirate Cove. Now, going over here, we do have the Deep Ice map, very similar to the Crab Cove one. Crab Cove. Oh my goodness, the Crab Cove one. Where you basically just go to the island, you run over here to the Enter Map area, and you can select the regular map or the respective endless, and also obtain the narwhal unit, which is really cool. Alright, so personally, one of my favorite islands, if not my favorites, right? Definitely one of my favorites, the Pirate Cove Event Island. Just absolutely sick looking on this map, right? Where we are coming up on the big island here. But actually, hold on. Just saw something at the corner of my eye. Okay, so before we move on, perfect place right here. For those of you that don't know, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it earlier, but the reason why the original fishing spots, right, common and rare fishing spots, are pretty much useless is because if you actually sail around the map, there are pools that are basically just the rare pools, or the rare or common pools, except they have certain boosts, which are usually either the giant squid or the humpback whale. So for example, this one is boosting the humpback whale, right? So you have an increased chance of getting it. What that chance is, I have no clue, but this is definitely much better to fishing as opposed to, oh wow, that was actually pretty good fishing, as opposed to the regular fishing, I guess, fishing spots in like the main island, right? Because you have those increased chances and you're much more likely to get something good. So, and yeah, I'm pretty sure you are able to sail the map as a newer player, so definitely search for those because they're definitely very beneficial. But aside from that, we have the Pirate Cove Event Island. Did he leave? Okay, good. This goofball. Which is actually pretty overwhelming to start. I mean, it's pretty huge. We got a lot of stuff going on here. Now, to start, we have the best pool in the entire game. Love this one. We have the Pirate Pool. Costs 250 curse coins. We have the Bone Barracuda, the Bonehead, the Ghost Fish, and the Ghost Whale. 0.25% chance. For every single unit in the entire game, you do have a 4% shiny chance, 1% mega chance. And then we also do have the Meg Spawn Pool, which is 150 Robux. None of these are really good at all, especially like the Void Meg. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it is a 1% chance, but it's not very good. Though, if you do like the designs of these Megs, go ahead, buy them. I mean, in my opinion, they also are very cool looking. So, just kind of exist there. Nothing too crazy, though. But yeah, so basically, in this event map, you have the two main maps. One being the Bone Curse area, and the, one moment please, yeah, the Skull Tide Isle. Now, for this event area, or island, you have, another cage fishing, similar to that of the main island for the Sword Snapper, another one of my favorite units in the whole game, also a 0.2% chance, and you can also exchange. See, this is why I need to start editing my videos and not making these videos over an hour long. But anyway, you can actually exchange your cash for cursed coins, which is what I'm going to do once again, like I did for the Abyssal Island, so that I can actually show off the Pirate Pool. And right, so for these maps, very similar to the main beginner cage maps, you have an endless for the map, in which once you reach wave 100, you can actually get the boss as a unit. Now, although the is there anything here? No, okay. So yeah, although there are two different maps, in my opinion, the wave 100 endless reward for here, the Zombones, is actually a lot worse than the Octo Pirate here, because if we actually look at Zombones, which I should have, right? This guy is a track unit, which in Fish Tower Defense, track units are pretty buns overall, unless you are Sunfish, which is a unit that we will get to later. But Zombones overall, it's just really mid. You can still get it for the collection, or if you just really like track units. But the one that you are definitely going to want to aim for more is the Octo Pirate. That is because he is a full AoE attacker with some really decent damage. Pretty sure he's basically just Bloop Jr., but more damage, I think. Right? I mean, he is slower, and yeah, does have the exact same amount of range. But this is an extremely easy to get and helpful unit to have. Also, if you do decide to farm a ton of them, you'll probably end up getting a ton of variants. Personally, I do have quite a couple myself. But yeah, those are like the main maps. Really, really cool. Honestly, probably some of my favorite maps in the whole game. And aside from those, we also do have. What is this? Oh, okay. So I see. All right. Was about to get to this right now. The Octo Layer. So, I'm sure you might have saw these when entering the map, but I'm pretty sure, like, the main thing that your eyes just immediately go to is the Octo Layer, which I'm pretty sure is only, like, obtainable to enter if you have, like, I think it's, like, maybe, it might be, like, 2,500 curse tokens or whatever, or yeah, cursed coins. But yeah, you need to actually pay in order to enter this map, in which, also, such a goated map. When you beat that map, you actually gain materials to build the legendary Octo Tank Tower. Really, really sick, really, really decent DPS splash, right? You can actually see his stats right here. So, and actually in building this, right, so for the Octo Tank blueprints, you get that from the map, you get the cannonballs from the map, I believe, as well. And for the actual gears themselves, you have to go over here to the pirate store and buy them. Now, yeah, I'm pretty sure I do have, yeah, I actually do have one myself. But yeah, so overall, I mean, the process does take quite a while, but once you are able to craft Octo Tank, It's just absolutely sick. Is it very good compared to, you know, the meta that we have now? No. You could probably just go over to the Mythical Seas event island and just immediately get better with that. But still something really cool to look at here. I would craft it myself for the video, but I am very broke in terms of cash because I've been spending it all on other pools. But yeah, that is the Pirate Cove Island in its entirety, I believe, where you have both the pools, both of the maps, and the Octo layer. I'm honestly hoping that they end up adding more content to this island because it's just amazing, but I don't really think that'll happen because I'm pretty sure all of the islands are going to be set as they are, but yeah, really cool overall. So, the moment we've all been waiting for. Ghost Whale time, baby, let's do it. Shiny Mega Ghost Whale, thank you very much. You know what? Okay, I'm not even gonna spend the last bit of money I have. Cause that's just disrespectful, bro. It's not even funny. Yeah, alright, I'm out. Peace. I'm leaving. I'm done. Goodbye. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you know, I usually don't lie to y'all. I actually kind of do. But, I'm sorry I lied earlier that this was the best map. It's actually the worst. I hate it so much. Anyway, moving on to yet another event island. Now, if you actually look above all the islands, there's like a difficulty range, with the Abyssal Trench being easy, this being medium to hard, and this one over here being easy to medium. Now, ooh, a pool. Okay. Pretty sure that does nothing. Okay. So yeah, over here we have the Atlantis event map, another pretty cool one, a lot smaller than Pirate Cove though, you'll see, for a lot of these event islands actually, but still, same gist, right? So if you go over here to Atlantis, you have your playing pads and your main summons. So similar to Pirate Cove, you have the main Atlantis summon costing pearls, and the Kraken summon costing Robux. Similar to the Meg summon, these are not very good. They're not meta, but they do look really cool. So if you have extra Robux and you want to buy them, go ahead. You could definitely do so. But for, there is no way this dude is seriously. Who is mowing the lawn? Who is mowing the lawn? Dude, are we serious? Yeah, I'm about to crash out. Okay, I think it's gone. It's still in the background though. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, anyway, as I was saying, 37 minutes. Okay, we'll get through this. Yo, do you mind, bro? Yo, can we like, yo? You know what, bro? I'm about to leave my room and go to the dining room right now, bro. It's not even funny. Yo, bro, are you serious right now? You know what? Nah, I ain't doing this. Nah, I'm out, bro. Peace. Hold on, I gotta move to a different room, bro. I can't do this. Dude, of course the one day I decide to record this video, we have an entire freaking team of, like, grass people working on the lawn. Yo, I'm like... Yo, my neighbors are low-key selling. I'll sit here for now, I guess. Alright. Lock in. Okay, as I was saying. Alright, so as I was saying before, I was really interrupted by that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, okay, Atlantis Island. So for the Atlantis Island, we have the Atlantis rod in which you can summon. Now, out of all the event islands that we have looked at so far, this one is definitely the best in terms of like how good the units are and meta. Although earlier I did say that Axolotl was absolutely trash. And, you know, money units just aren't very useful in this game. Lucky Fish actually is pretty good and could be used as a decent starter. So, if you do want to grab this, you definitely can. Coral Golem, not very good, but pretty high damage, so not something horrible to grind for. And actually, aside from, we also do have the Exchange, once again, which I will also summon those. We do have the main maps, which you can actually get special units from with a small chance. So, although these maps do not have their own end list, they do have a small chance of gaining the bosses as units. With with hard mode giving a 2% chance, and insane mode giving a 10% chance. Aqua, again, very similar to Zombones, just isn't very useful. It's a pretty mid-track unit overall, but the Atlantis Shredder, this guy does 3,400 damage, full AoE, really decent range. Not that difficult to get. I mean, it's a little bit hard if you're not really very experienced, you don't really have that much, but it is very good if you are able to get it or get one of your friends to carry you. Definitely something very good to grind for. And also if you are willing to grind for like a shiny or a mega, I'm sure you could get some decent value out of that. But yeah, that is the Atlantis Island. I don't want to spend too much time on it. We also do have the AFK fishing for the Royal Jelly, but I don't really feel like it's very worth it considering it's a 0.1% chance and it's just not very good. But yes, before we leave, I guess I'll just summon. And I actually do have 6,000 of these pearls for some reason. Which I guess, actually, yeah, I'm gonna do, you know what, I'm gonna do a summon 20. Let's do it. 5,000 pearls down the drain. We got all the modelers in the server, bro. It's insane. Alright. Oh, wait, okay. So happy I did that because, also that was garbage. Okay. So yeah, actually, forgot to tell y'all this. From the Atlantis summon, there's actually a small chance that you can get these Atlantis chests, in which once you open them, you have a chance of either getting, I believe, yeah, so it's either a lot of cash, which is, really good to start with, or you can actually get the special gold Kraken here, which, isn't incredibly rare nor very good, but I'm pretty sure it has, like, the exact same stats as the Void Kraken almost, right? Wait, is it better? Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure it's actually better, which is kind of sad, but, wait, is it? There's no way it's better. That's actually, that's just horrible. Okay. I mean, it's not as cool looking, though, so I guess that's one thing. I also do remember that I did make a video on this guy. But, I mean, it is something really cool to maybe try to grind for or just, hunt for, right? I feel like something with Fish Tower Defense is that you're not always going to be grinding for something good, but rather just, for fun, right? For collection. There actually is a feature in this game in which collecting fish actually contributes to something really big, which does have to do with the aquarium, but we will get to that later, and we'll likely also include my massive lecture on why this game is so good in the first place. But aside from that, that's the Atlantis Island. I'm going to be saying peace to that, and oh Lord have mercy. The time has come. And we also have the extinction event. Alright, so, Barrier of Doom, yo, what? The Air I Dance. My brain's slowly melting. Anyway, so, something very different from all the event islands that we've looked at so far, even Pirate Cove, none of them have nearly as much content or stuff to explore or actually good units than the Jurassic Tides island. Actually, yeah, honestly, jokes aside, I think Jurassic Tides, I think I like it more than Pirate Cove. Honestly, well, actually, the maps I feel like for Pirate Cove are better, but I mean, Jurassic Tides is just amazing, right? So, if you've ever joined the game and you've seen this event and you didn't know what it was, this is a special Jurassic Tides Island only event in which once there is like an extinction event going on, there are meteors crashing down and you can actually go to these crater pools and summon here and have a chance at getting special extinction rarity fish, right? So instead of getting that regular ammonite that I just got, I could have gotten an extinct version, which as you can see right here I do have the shiny of, and it is basically just the regular version except with like a red-orange reskin. And in my opinion, I feel like the feature is just really cool, and you'd probably be better off saving your saving your currency or your materials for this extinction event, because I'm pretty sure the extinction units actually do get a buff in damage or something, or just stats overall, and they actually do count as entirely different fish in the fish index. So it's very, very helpful for increasing your index number, which I will also be talking about later is very helpful in the long run. Yo, bro. Yo, why are they mowing so loud, bro? Yo, can one of y'all down in the comments invent like a silent lawnmower? That'd be so peak. Ohio confusion, yo. I want to murder a coppa. Okay, let's close that. Anyway, I got a little bit carried away by the extinction event. This is the Jurassic Tides island. Really cool. We have a really nice volcano here. And we have this random girl, Lula. Never talked to you in my entire life. Yeah, I guess I'll just let her do the talking. Alright, this land holds ancient battle maps. Defeat them to earn Jurassic coins and rare fossils. Yeah, I don't really care. Alright, goodbye. No, thank you. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna just explain it myself because I'm that much better at explaining. I'm so cool. So as always, we have our exchange coins for Jurassic coins. Now, the reason as to why earlier you saw that the creator pools actually don't take these, what were they called? I think it's like, wait, I'm tweaking. Wait, what are they called? Wait, Jurassic coins. Okay, simple enough. So the reason why these don't cost Jurassic coins is actually because for this event island we have the fossil shop, which basically allows you to spend your Jurassic coins on these different materials. We have the fern pods, the amber grubs, and the volcanic worms. All of them ranging in prices depending on how good the actual units are in the pools. We also do have the sell feature here, which once you beat a map from the Jurassic Tides, map selection, you actually do have a tiny chance at getting these fossils, which you can sell for coins or just keep them to keep them. And we also do have these shark eggs, which when you actually summon in these critter pools right here, you have another small chance at getting a shark egg. And when you wait, yeah, I think so. Yeah, once you actually give this shark egg to this vendor guy right here, you can actually exchange it for what's called a pygmy shark. And I think I actually have one here. Yeah, wait, do I? I don't. Wait, yes, I do. Wait, no, I don't. It's a razorfin shark. Okay. So yeah, once you get that pygmy shark, you can actually go over here to the Titan Jaw fusion, in which you can fuse 3 pygmy sharks to make a razorfin shark. And you can then fuse 3 razorfin sharks to form the really cool Titan Jaw Shark. Really, really good stun and piercing unit overall. Definitely recommend trying to grind for this, especially if you don't really have anything else to do. Although there are probably better stun units to get from the Mythical Seas event. I mean, everything is better in Mythical Seas for some reason, but, you know, it still is pretty cool to get. It's also a really nice-looking fish, or, I guess, shark, if that's what you want to call it. But, yeah, really cool overall, really unique idea with the fish fusions over here. And, of course, you do have your critter pools. You have your, what is this? Yeah, 0.25% chance for boulderfish, 1% for bite fang, and your 0.25% chance for fossil serpent, which I actually have seen one. There is an extinct version of all of these, so you can actually get an extinct fossil serpent, which I believe only has like 133 in existence, which is just crazy. It is a stun AoE, very, very good to get, but again, it is pretty hard to get. It is a 0.25% chance. Yo. Okay. All right. I think it got quieter. Okay. As I was saying. So yeah, I think that's about it for the critter pools. That is, we also did go over the fossil shop. Oh, and very similar to the Meg pool and the Meg pool and the Kraken pool. Yes, you can't forget about that. We have the Mosasaur pool. Still 150 Robux, except the units in here are actually good. There's only 20 void mosasaurs. That's insane. Yeah, also, again, these look absolutely sick, so I would definitely recommend getting this if you do have Robux. With the most rare one only being a 5.5% chance, which it used to be 0.5% chance, but I guess the devs decided to increase that, similar to the Extinction Mosasaur. Which also, forgot to mention this, you cannot get extinction versions of the mosasaurs. They are completely limited to just like their base forms. But yeah, Void Mosasaur, pretty decent stun unit. Is it very good compared to what we have, like the meta today? No, not really, but again, still something cool to collect. So that's about it for Jurassic Tides. Hopefully you find some type of... Yo. Bro, are we serious? Yeah. Yo, are we serious, bro? Alright, hold on. We're moving again. Hold on. So I think the guys have moved to like the backyard area. So now I can finally go back to my room, and it'll be at least quieter than before. Yeah, I literally moved to my kitchen before because it was quieter, but I guess it changed now. So yeah. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm freaking. I'm over here with a ammonite and a gold kraken. Yo, I'm making a video, bro. I really hope that I didn't just jinx it and this entire video gets corrupted like the other ones. Just throwing that out there. You know, it's a thought, right? My soul would just be crushed if that happened. Not even gonna check, but okay. So yeah, that is the Jurassic Tides island. Really, really cool island overall, and definitely something to check out once you have completed the easier islands. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely a much more difficult island to participate in. So I'd wait to do it once you do all the other islands and you've kind of become more experienced. But yeah, before we go to the Mythical Seas event island, which is the most recent island and is just, you know, the most goated one, of course, in terms of meta, we do have this jetty island. Similar to the other ones, it's basically just the regular jetty from the basic cages or whatever. And you can also do its endless for its own unit, which I do believe I have over here. Yeah, over here. So yeah, Electric Eel only costs 600 to place and does do 80 DPS, which is really good. Also, some pretty decent range and placement amount. So yeah, that's that. You have some stuff to show. I mean, if you got like a shiny Mega Abyssal Octopus OG, I would be pretty interested in that. But you know, if it's not, nah, I'm good on that. But anyway. Yo, can you quiet down, please? Yo, can y'all just like let me finish my video, please? No, okay. Yo, see, whenever y'all look at my channel, all you see, yo, I'm gonna wait till they're done real quick. See, all you see is just me not posting like at all. When in reality, this is what I have to deal with, bro. Yo, guys, can we like, no? Oh, okay. Okay, alright. I'm gonna just let them do their thing. Okay, alright, no, okay. Yo! Bro, yo. Bro, please stop, bro. Wait, what? Wait, you have a rare thing? What's the rare thing? Does he have a... No, wait, what? What rare thing are we talking about? Wait, is this a... Yo, I'm gonna... Yo. Wait, hold on, wait. Is that a shiny Mega... Hold on. That's a shiny mega Kelptra. Lord have mercy. Okay, dubs. I sound like a loser saying that, but whatever. Anyway, the moment we've all been waiting for. Please, lawnmower, don't get in the way of my insane speech here. Before we go back to the aquarium and all that stuff on the main island, we have, of course, the Mythical Seas event island, the big thing. Oh my goodness, this guy just DM'd me something that I really wanted in the Discord. Okay, well, I'm gonna ignore that for now. But anyway, Mythical Seas event, really cool event island. It is an actual event island similar to that of the Halloween. Wait, yeah, I didn't go over the treasure maps yet. Okay, yeah, similar to the old Halloween event island, which it did end up turning into a treasure chest. Treasure map. My brain just doesn't exist anymore. I'm gonna say the most random things ever, but so yeah, this is going to be leaving sometime soon. When, I have no clue, but I definitely recommend taking advantage of it while it is here. So starting off, we do have the easy map. Yes, there is a new player friendly and harder map on this event island, which is actually really cool. And similar to the Aqua Scorpion and the Aqua Strider, I think it's called. Wait, it's the Atlantis Shredder. Oh my goodness. Okay. There actually is a small chance that you can get the Kappa from playing this. Now, because this is a new player-friendly map, of course the odds are going to be higher, and you are going to be able to get this on normal mode at a 5% chance, 10% hard, and 15% on insane. Really cool map. Kappa, that's actually not that bad. Yo, what? Okay, wait, do I want a Hydra? Yo, W catnap, bro. Little ducky. W mans, okay. But anyway, this is actually not that bad. I mean, if it's a full AoE, 2.5k damage with 2 speed, and also gives you cash. I mean, if it has a lot of placements and it's cheap, that could actually be pretty decent. But, yeah, so aside from that map, we also do have the Hydra layer, which is the advanced difficulty map. And, when you play this, yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty sure you can earn cash. You earn cash mostly, but then you can also earn the mythical bait, which is, of course, the currency for this event island. But something kind of tragic. It's technically, well, actually, okay, so the thing that I was pretty mad about last video was that the mythic bait isn't even really technically like an event currency, because you could just buy them with cash. It's so lame. I'm sorry. Like, I can't get over the fact that they just made it cash, bro. Because like now there's literally 0 point in playing the Hydra layer if you can just like freaking AFK cage farm or whatever, do cage fishing and then just get a ton of summons here. But I mean, either way, we do have the Hydra fishing spot, which is the main fishing spot for this I guess like event map, in which you can get these 5 different Hydras. We have the Kelptra, the Reefdra, the Tidra, Vamtra, and Voidra. With the Voidra being the rarest at only a 2% chance, which is actually pretty good for the rarest unit. Oh man, he didn't get a Voidra. Yo, watch me get a Voidra right now. Watch me, bro. Also, yeah, I guess I'll mention this now. There also is a mythical ocean fishing spot, like the premium fishing spots that you saw earlier at the Pirate Cove with the Humpback Whale boosted. You can actually go to these special pools to get 2 extra special units, the Charybdis and the Lanusi. Yeah, okay. Which are actually very good. As you can see, this dude does like freaking 5.5k damage full AoE. Now if we do go over here to the pool, all I have to do is just click there, and boom, we are fishing in the water. Okay. Voidra. I thought that was a mega for a second. I was about to start tweaking. Okay, I mean, At least we got a Vamptra, though that still is kind of buns. Come on, bro, please. Man, I was trying to bless this man today and give him a free Voidra, but I guess not. Yo. W can that, bro. Okay, anyway. So yeah, that's that cool fishing spot. Really, really cool. I honestly don't really even know why they have the Hydra fishing spot when this fishing spot is literally the exact same thing, except you can also get cooler stuff in it. So yeah, I think that's it for the summons. We also have the maps, right? Now, for the main, I guess, like, you know, cool mechanic of this event world island map, is that you can fuse Hydras into the, well, I guess, see, this is called the Hydra. I'll just call these all Hydras, right? You can fuse Hydras to make the Tridra, right? The three easiest ones, right? You get the Tridra. Very, very good for newer players. I mean, like, even experienced players, very, very good. Also looks like we're rocking a green team here. And then, the level 2 fusion. See, Titan Jaw does have two, I guess, like, layers of fusions, right? But this is cooler because it's two separate stations, right? So, once you craft the Tridra, you can put the Tridra in here, and also combine it with the Vamptra and the Voidra to create the almighty 5-headed Hydra, which is just an absolutely disgustingly overpowered, I mean, it's not easy to get, but it's not very hard to get, unit. And, like, in my opinion, once you get, like, your basic stuff and you're able to beat, like, you know, most maps, you should go directly to playing Kappa or just spending your cash here and trying to get the Tridra or the Hydra, because they are just absolutely broken in terms of stats, and you'll probably end up using them basically till you become like a really pro player, right? These are quite literally meta right now, right? People are trying to get shinies and megas of the Hydra because it is just absolutely lethal in terms of like DPS and utility. But I mean, yeah, this is just absolutely incredible, and we also do have part 2 coming this Friday, which I'm very excited for. So make sure to attend. I'm sure it's going to be really great, and there are probably going to be even more OP rewards to get. Also coming with console support, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that is it for the event island. I would play a map real quick, but I do want to get to the main part that I feel like I've been kind of waiting for this entire video, because I feel like it's almost kind of like the feature that brings together, it's like a summary of the whole game, which is the Fish Tower Defense Aquarium. Over here back on the main island to the Aquarium area, which also I did not forget about the treasure maps. We will get to that last probably, but I want to get to the Aquarium because I feel like it's one of the most, if not the most important areas in the whole game. And by entering here, we have the Aquarium. Yes, we are inside here. And actually, if y'all remember earlier in the video, I did show the Deep Blue and Ocean Floor barrels, which are specifically from the Aquarium, from getting Aquarium tickets, which are also in the playtime rewards, but are primarily obtained. Yo, I've been in this game for so long. Oh my goodness. But are primarily obtained from beating the Aquarium Endless or just regular map, which is unlocked by donating fish. So I guess like the main mechanic of the Aquarium is that you donate fish, and in doing that you increase your total donation amount. Now, aside from being able to actually look in the aquarium and have all of your fish on display, once you reach a certain amount of donations, aka 50, you are able to access this map, which if you get to wave 100 on the Endless, you get the very, very good full AoE Aquarium Kraken. But you can also grind out the Aquarium tickets, where you can buy these barrels that have absolutely broken units in them, right? Flying Fish right here is by far the best starting unit in the entire game. I mean, just freaking insane, right? And then we also do have the Ocean Floor barrel, which also, yeah, by the way, I was talking about earlier, Sunfish is an absolutely cracked track unit. in the game. It's pretty much the only one that I feel like you can really use, like as part of a good team. And then we also do have the ocean floor barrel, which literally the 70%, even though it's not good, you can actually use it for a fish fusion that is absolutely insane, right? Horn Moray, also very, very good attacker, DPS, and Abyssal Turtle, the Holy Grail, 1%, really, really cool unit, basically, like, everybody wants it. Pretty sure it's the highest valued, like, regular unit, right? Like if we're just not considering, like, shiny or mega variants, just, like, base version, pretty sure it's by far the most expensive because of how good and how rare it is. Also very hard to get and grind for. And then once you reach 60 donations, which is what I have, you can actually go up here to the Pirate Cove Aquarium area and go into the Fish Fusions area, which as of right now we only have 5 Fish Fusions, but they are absolutely insane. So, for those of you that remember earlier in the video how I was talking about to save your lobsters, there is the first fusion, the Macho Lobster, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, which is absolutely insane considering the fact that it only takes 3 regular lobsters to craft. Yes, you're not like tweaking. It only costs 3 regular lobsters to fuse into a red rarity, I guess I'll call it secret rarity because that's the tower defense terms, into a secret rarity Macho Lobster doing 4,000 damage with 2.5 speed, splash, right? 3 placements, absolutely insane for as easy it is to get. So, right, like I was saying before, I think the really, like, unique and great part about this game is that although there are a lot of, like islands that have units that are completely useless and you're probably never going to use in your team, you actually need them for this aquarium feature, and you need to explore and actually like collect these things so that you can deposit them and gain access to these even more overpowered fusions. So it's essentially forcing you to not use every single unit in the game, but just collect them and to go and to play these islands and maps and actually grind them, because without that, you cannot reach a high donation amount. And I'm sure later in the game's existence, they will add more features that require more donations, so you also have to use the Market Arc area and events and just do all of that. So, really, really cool feature overall, and I think this is a really goofy but very good fusion, right? This is pretty sure, yeah, this is the worst fusion out of all of them, and it's still really good. I guess I'll just fuse it there. Didn't get a shiny or a mega, but whatever. And yeah, I just really love this feature, and I hope they expand more on it. What they're gonna add soon, I have no clue. Maybe they'll add a new cool fusion for the part 2 of the Mythical Seas update, but I do not know. So, aside from that, we also do have the Blooptopus, which is gained from getting 2 Abyssal Octopuses, or Octopi, and a Bloop Junior, as you saw before, right? So, again, although you're as a pro player, you're probably never going to go to the Abyssal Trench area, you actually have to in order to get a Bloop Junior for this fusion, which also Blooptopus is just absolutely insane overall, and everybody wants it. And also, yeah, I will go into detail on how you get Abyssal Octopus later, because I'm sure you probably don't know right now. But it does actually have to do with the treasure maps, so we will take a look at that later. Oh my goodness, he did it! He pulled the Voidra. Yo, GG's, clap it up. Catnap pulled the Voidra, let's do it. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Big W's. Alright. Well, aside from the Blooptopus fusion, yeah, I'm sorry, like my, the fact that I've been speaking for over an hour now, non-stop, and the names of these units are absolutely just atrocious, it's taking a toll on me, bro. You can give it to me? Nah, bro, no. Keep it, bro. Yeah, I've never gotten a Voidra, but I'm sure this guy could use it more. I don't need it, bro. See, this is another reason why this game is so amazing. It's because everybody's just so diva, looking for someone rich. Me, who was rich? Okay, you know, never mind. I'll just moving on. I'm getting really sidetracked. Okay. Next fusion, right? So as I was saying again, right earlier, I said although the common and rare fishing spots are pretty much useless, and also the sea serpent fishing spots, humpback whale is very good to get because you can actually fuse 2 of them plus an ice narwhal, which is from getting to wave 100 on the endless. You can craft the insane narwhal, which yes, its exist count is broken. There's probably like a good probably like, I don't know, 500 plus of these. Well, I don't know. Probably like, maybe like 100 to 200. Yeah, I think 500 plus is kind of crazy. But, yeah. 9.5k damage, 4 speed, slow AoE. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Overall, I don't know about y'all, but that's, to me, I think that's pretty insane. Also just looks really goofy. It has like the narwhal horn and the humpback whale body type, which is just really weird. But moving on to the next one, we have the El Grangler. Try saying that 10 times fast. I know you won't. El Grangler, yeah, I can't. It's like really bad. These names are absurd. So yeah. So as I was saying earlier, again, El Gran Maha from the Traveling Merchant space can actually be fused into the El Grangler by also collecting 2 Atlantis anglers from the Atlantis area. And although not being nearly as good as the legendary Narwhal, it still also just exists. I don't actually know how much it costs to place, but I'm pretty sure it's like somewhere around 650 to 950, something like that. So I don't know if it could be used as a starter, but I mean either way, flying fish is way better, and this kind of just really has no use, but still is a pretty cool unit overall, something to definitely think about. And for the last fish fusion, the most overpowered and best one, and just craziest thing, the Unagami, which is obtained, very similar to the Titan Jaw fusion, by combining 3 sea urchins from the ocean floor barrel, I believe it's called, the one with the abyssal turtle, and getting urchin lords. 3 urchin lords gets you the Unagami, which is a very, very high DPS slow attacker. Pretty sure the Hydra is better than it, but it's still very rare and very good, and you know, very high demand. I mean, its value is just absolutely insane. Considering the fact that it is from the most expensive aquarium barrel, and getting 9 sea urchins is just not very easy. So yeah, those are all the fish fusions. Very, very good, very, very amazing. I definitely would take this into consideration when playing the game, and I also would recommend visiting all of the islands because those definitely have a lot of unique units to collect. And then also, forgot to mention this earlier, Sailfin is actually an exclusive from the Pirate Cove area. You can't actually get it from the regular fishing pool that I did showcase earlier. But you can actually only get it from like fishing around the Pirate Cove Island, or I guess near it, right? So earlier, the first ever I guess like pool I found like in the middle of the ocean with the humpback whale being boosted, that was actually called the Pirate Cove pool. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but that's because if you actually fish in one of those pools near the Pirate Cove, there actually is a small chance of getting the sailfin, which actually, very funny story, I ended up getting a shiny sailfin on my first ever like summon of that Pirate Cove pool, and it was kind of insane. I was like freaking out. But yeah, I mean, it's not very good, but it is definitely a usable starter, and it's also something to think about when getting your donations in. But yeah, that's it for that. I guess I can still tour the rest of these tanks, right? So when you deposit stuff, this is your Jurassic Tides stuff. You got your Mosasaurs over here, all your regular stuff. You got your extinction units. And then going over here, I'm pretty sure this is just like the basic area. You got your Aquarium Kraken, you got your endless guys. Clam Cannon also exists. Right, and I'm pretty sure this is actually from the plenty of fishing barrels. I think it's like the most expensive one, the golden barrel. But yeah, really cool overall. And then we also have the Narwhal Atlantis back here. Yo, that's sick. What? Yo. I like barely go to this area, so that's just insane, right? You have the massive Atlantis Shredder, Apex Orca, Royal Whale over here. Right? Wait, what are these? Yeah, alright. And then down here we can go deep into the Abyss area with all of your Abyssal Trench units. Which also, right, like just because this is the Abyssal Trench tank does not mean that it's only units from the Abyssal Trench Island. There actually also are other Abyssal units like the Abyssal Turtle, which is the 1% from the Ocean Floor Barrel, right? Abyssal Beta, Abyssal Serpent, all that fun stuff. And also El Gran Maja is also just chilling in here as well. So yeah, that's it for the aquarium. In my opinion, a very, very needed and just sick feature. And also just forces you to utilize other features of the game that you normally would not without it. And I think that's pretty much just going to close the Fish Tower Defense Starter Guide. Surprisingly, it's basically the exact same time as the one on the House Tower Defense. But, I mean, we still actually do have the treasure map area to go through, but that shouldn't take too long. If you have made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching through all of the lawnmower action and me just talking like crazy on a game that I love so dearly. And yeah, thank you so much Octomod for approving me as content creator, and I cannot wait to make more videos on this game. But yeah, for the last and final feature, one that nobody really cares about, really, especially if you're a newer player, but is still very important: the treasure challenge maps. So the reason why I saved this one for last is because I feel like it's one of the most strange features, especially if you're a newer player. So basically, as I was saying before with the different islands around the game, or around the map, all of these event islands, the reason why I was calling them event islands is because they were all originally events, right? The Abyssal Trench wasn't in the game at one point after it had already been implemented because it was meant to be limited. All the units in that event were meant to be limited, right? But in one of the updates, they actually ended up adding them all back just as extra content, which, you know, I think was a very good decision since now there's just way more content to explore. Wait. Yeah, this is also the Halloween event, by the way. That was like the best event ever. But, what was I gonna say? I was gonna mention something. Yeah, okay, so the reason why I call these event islands is because they were older events, and in these events there were either Robux or currency limiteds that you could buy. Now, although the devs didn't have a problem with re-implementing like the basic pool, summoning like units, or even like the Robux pool ones like the Kraken, Meg, and Mosasaur, they actually did decide to re-implement the like Robux limiteds, like for example Cetus over here. I'm pretty sure what's a good example? Right, Abyssal Octopus that we saw for the Blooptopus fusion. That was actually, I believe, a 300 Robux only unit that you could only get from the Abyssal event, which was actually the second update the game ever had. Yes, I know my stuff like crazy, which is kind of embarrassing, but whatever. Yeah, over here it says, check out the new premium Abyssal Octopus chests. And yeah, also, by the way, premium units used to come in chests, which would have been really cool, but they like stopped doing that. But anyway, yeah, so basically, instead of just re-implementing the old Robux units, they decided to actually keep their rarity by re-implementing them into the treasure challenge maps, but instead giving them reskins. So, for example, the Lost Stars map. I actually don't have like a picture or anything of this right now, but the Lost Stars map was essentially it basically it takes all of the old currency units. Like for example, once Bakunawa leaves, because it costs coins as well, it's likely going to be going into the Lost Stars map, which you can use to get Lost Star barrels and get it that way, right? So these are basically all the old limited towers that costed currency. The Lost Legends map, which costs 100,000 Aquarium tickets for some odd reason, or 150 Robux, gives you access to older Robux event towers that are not in the game anymore, but reskinned, right? So a good example of these, I guess, so like for example, Royal Whale. This was a limited currency unit from the Atlantis event update, and this is in the Lost Stars barrel, but is instead reskinned to look pink. And then, what was it good? I guess, yeah. So for the exact same event, you had the Apex Orca, which I actually do have a shiny of here. Because this was Robux only and had no other alternative purchase opportunities, it is added into the Lost Legends barrel because it's Robux, and that's why it also costs more to get, because these were Robux only. Now, I'm pretty sure the reskin of Apex Orca, I'm pretty sure it's like white or something. I kind of forgot, but yeah. So those are just some examples of them. I only have the OG versions though. I'm pretty sure. I wonder if I could like find somebody that has like the reskins. Hold on. I want to see if he has some. I just want to like show you it because just so that like you understand what this looks like. Please tell me you do. Please. Sure. Yeah, that also works. So yeah, also the reason why I saved this for last is because it's like I guess more complicated. So basically, this game had a Halloween event around the time that it stopped receiving updates and eventually died. And basically, instead of just leaving all those Halloween event units like just out of the game, they also decided to re-implement them through a map. And there weren't actually, yeah. So there was a Frankenfish unit. Wait, do you have a equip? I just want to show y'all. But anyway, there actually was a Frankenstein fish unit and a pumpkin lantern unit, which I actually do have the OG shiny of the pumpkin lantern here. Damn, only 21. That's actually crazy. But oh yeah. So actually, let me. Okay, so yeah, so this was actually the old currency, which is why it's in the Lost Stars map, and of course the Frankenfish would be in the Lost Legends map, because it was Robux only. But for the actual, like, regular Halloween pooled units, they re-implemented them all in the map and the barrels for reskins. So like, for example, the mall, right? This is the original Halloween event mall that you can only get from actually playing the event, and this is the mall that you get from the map, or I guess barrel, right? The reason why I'm saying this is because once you buy the treasure maps, you basically teleport to this map, and it's an endless, right? So if you get to like wave, I think it's like 200, you get 3 barrels that you can open to get these limited reskin, right? So this is basically what allowed the devs to still keep the rarity of the OG Robux and limited units while still having them in the game for collection and stuff, which also explains why in the index the reskins don't show up, and it's just the OGs, but they actually are like in the game. So that's that. Also, if you do want to see, yeah, I think I also, so yeah, like for example, the ghost angler here, this is the OG, it's green, but the new one is blue. The old, I don't have the OG one, but the old Jacko Jelly was like an actual orange pumpkin. Yo, that's crazy. Mr. Kiwi's grinding for an Abyssal Turtle. But yeah, so the OG one was like a regular like lantern or whatever, like a regular pumpkin, and now it's like a ugly green color. But that's that for the treasure maps. Yeah, I feel like overall it's a really unique idea, but I feel like it's kind of hard to understand at first. But I mean, a really nice feature, again, contributing to the whole aquarium feature with collection. And I think that pretty much just wraps up all of Fish Tower Defense. I know I could have went more into detail on the market arc, but it's basically just trading. It's also very useful if you want to get stuff that you maybe don't have for your collection. Considering the fact that a lot of the event island units are pretty cheap for like collection. Like for example, a coral golem from the Atlantis, the 0.25% chance, is actually very common because of how easy it was to get. And how easy it was to get the like pearls or whatever. So he's relatively really cheap and isn't very hard to collect, and will probably save you a lot of time if you just buy one from the market. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Pray for me that this video doesn't get corrupted, because if it does, I will well, for one, this video won't even exist and you won't even see this. But I mean, I'd be pretty sad. But yeah, thank you so much again to Octomod for approving my content creator request. Also, if you're watching this, approve the other guy's request, please. Like, there's like 2 other people asking for content creator, and I actually did see their content, and it's really, really good. Really cool. Better than mine, actually. My content sucks, but I mean, I guess, and it's not horrible. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. It's been in like an hour and a half, so yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all hopefully for the Mythical Seas Part 2 event update, or maybe even like tomorrow or something. I might make another video tomorrow, Thursday, before the event happens. But yeah, hopefully all of you were able to learn something from this video, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye. Also, just want to like show y'all before we end it. My yeah, no.